If your candle is tunneling, sooting or overheating, it's rarely the wax that's the problem, it's usually the wick. For consistent performance and safer, more professional product, wick testing isn't optional. In this video, we'll walk you through exactly how to test a candle properly and how to read your results like a professional maker. So why wick testing matters? A wick controls the melt pool, flame height, scent throw, container temperature and the burn rate. If the wick is wrong, everything else suffers. A poor wick selection can cause tunneling, mushrooming, soot, weak scent throw and overheating vessels. For growing brands, inconsistent burn performance can affect customer trust. Professional makers test every new combination of wax, fragrance, dye and vessel size. Any small changes can affect the performance. So what can affect the wick performance? The first thing is the wax type. Different waxes burn at different rates. Not all waxes burn the same. Different waxes have different burn rates. Soy, for example, usually needs a stronger wick than paraffin, and blended wax behave differently again. Additives can also change how the melt pool forms, so one wick won't necessarily work across every wax type. Higher fragrance load often means wicking up, while lowering the fragrance can increase the burn rate and requires wicking down. Even 1 to 2% change can make a noticeable difference in performance. 3. Vessel diameter. Wicks are selected by the internal diameter, not volume. So 2 vessels with the same diameter often requires the same wick, regardless of height. The last thing that can affect wick performance is the cure time. Testing too early gives misleading data. So the general guidance to follow is paraffin needs around 24 to 48 hours to cure, and any soy-based waxes will need 7 to 14 days depending on the blend. Rushing the cure time often leads to incorrect wick decisions. So how do you conduct a proper wick test? This is where many makers go wrong. Step 1. Test 3 wicks. Always test your expected size, one size down and one size up. Testing one wick doesn't give you a comparison point, so it's much harder to judge the performance. Step 2. Control your variables. Use the same wax batch, the same fragrance percentage and the same vessel and the same pour temperature. If you change more than one variable at a time, your results become unreliable. Step 3. Cure and label. Label each test candle clearly with the wick size, pour date and the fragrance load. Then allow the candle to fully cure before you begin testing. Step 4. Conduct a structured burn test. Follow a controlled burn schedule. Burn the candles for approximately 4 hours and allow to cool completely, then repeat the process. Test the candle throughout its entire life, not just the first burn. After each burn, keep a record with key observations such as melt pool diameter, flame height, mushrooming, soot, container temperature and the time it takes to reach a full melt pool. Many professional makers also use a thermometer to monitor vessel temperatures. And remember, document everything. Consistent data is what leads to consistent candles. Once you've completed your burn test, the next step is interpreting your results. You may need to wick up if the melt pool doesn't reach the edge of the container within 3 to 4 hours, if the flame looks weak or if the scent throw feels underpowered. On the other hand, you may need to wick down if the flame becomes excessively tall, if heavy mushrooming develops on the wick, and if you start to see soot or container becomes very hot during burning. Ideally, you're aiming for the candle to reach full melt point within 3 to 4 hours with a stable flame around 10 to 15 millimeters. There should be minimum carbon buildup, no visible soot, and the container should stay within the safe temperature range. And remember, consistency across multiple burns matter far more than a single observation. There are a few common mistakes that can easily affect your test results. Avoid testing only one wick as it gives no real comparison. Don't change the fragrance part way through the testing and avoid burning candles for longer than 4 hours at a time. Always allow the candles to fully cool between burns and make sure you test the candle all the way to the bottom of the container. Most importantly, document your results. Good record keeping allows you to build a repeatable testing system for your brand. You can track your tests using our wick testing template available on our website. You'll find the link below. On our website, you'll also find the Wick Finder tool, which suggests 3 wick sizes to test based on your vessel diameter and which type of wax you plan to use. Every new fragrance requires testing, even if everything else in your formula stays the same. There are no safe shortcuts when it comes to wick selection. Structured wick testing helps protect your brand's reputation, improve product consistency, and build confidence in the safety of your candles. For additional support, visit our website where you'll find our wick size chart, wick finder tool, and wick testing template to help you guide your testing progress. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe for more candle making tips and tricks.